There we are. And we're live. Ah, hello,
Can't
hello.
confirm I'm in it.
Can confirm I'm in it. What are you in? Oh. I don't understand. I lost the track of the conversation.
Oh, because remember...
Oh, in the ad, yeah. The ads took forever to pop. I'm not sure why, but thanks for waiting, folks. Thank you to Bob for doing a year worth of subs. Holy crap. Yeah, 12 months. I was about to say, you keep changing your username, so now it's Robertonius the Mime Lord. Okay. Although it's usually something Bob, something Mime, so we'll take it. And thank you, Shifting One, to Gecko Gil. Welcome to the Tier 1 sub club,
Thanks,
Gecko
Gil.
Gil. Hopefully you were able to escape the ad after all.
Gil gave you a very nice comment.
Oh, and hello, JD. Who else is here? Oh, Sammy's here. Congrats on being first to the chat there, Sammy. And, looks like there's a couple other people who haven't quite said hi yet, but that is okay. You can all use
Darling, Gil left you a very nice comment.
Well, I'm on it, okay?
Oh, sorry.
So if you're lurking, you can use the, new lurk stream redeem thing with your channel points, which it's only, one channel point. So that you can let me know you're lurking, and I know that I'm not just being bad at engaging chat, basically, and you're just here vibing or doing your hobby. Let's see. Been here for 3 videos and I'm hooked. Oh, that's awesome, Gecko Gil. It is really cool to see that you've been here for straight weeks. That's really cool. So thank you.
3 weeks in a row.
3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row. Nico says we're disturbing his cleaning time right now.
He says, "Listen, this is my."
Okay, let's
looks
check.
right in the camera.
Well, let's check in with where we were last week here. This guy's looking pretty darn good. Oh, a hydrate, damn. I do gotta get more stream redeems and maybe make these more expensive.
Yeah, we can. Maybe if you want to bounce some off me, I can.
See, that's the problem, is I don't have any to bounce off of you. I'm fresh out of ideas.
I've got a couple of ideas. We can talk about it later.
Okay. So I did a big speed paint on this one last time. It's looking pretty nice.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
What I'm gonna come through this time is I'm gonna do a second coat of the metallics here for all the silvers. I'm going to get the shield to be a little bit more red, so that's what these first 2 colors are for. Then I want to try to bring up the leather and the skin tones to be a little bit more detailed. That's the goal for right now. And then as stream moves on, I have, surprise, surprise, 3 more Kruleboyz to work on, so I might pull out the airbrush at some point. I'm gonna see if I can spend enough time on this one that I don't have to get the airbrush out again, because that was a whole thing last stream if you were here for it. The fact I can do that live on stream is great, but it still takes forever and it's like a whole mess of camera movement, so not gonna go there if we can avoid it. I feel like metallics.
Hi, Nova.
Where's
Welcome
my
in.
palette? My dry palette.
Also, that's great, Gil. Gil says, I've actually decided I'm going to make washes for minis.
Washes for minis.
Washes.
Washes, okay.
Watches would be sick,
Very
too.
small. I could not believe you for a moment.
Bob says, also blame Falling Freely for this roaming-themed rename.
Okay, what did Falling Freely do?
I also already said hi to
blame...
Nova, but Nova has popped in and says, hello.
Hello, Nova. Welcome to chat. Good to see you again, friend.
JD Lady
Falling
just
Freely is
3
also
streaks.
responsible for the yellow knit hat I had in, I think, my last video. JD Lady is also on the 3 stream streak. It's good that I was doing those tongue twisters before stream, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to say 3 stream streak.
I wonder how many streams I have.
I don't know. Say something in chat, shouldn't it? You might not have been here the last stream. It might tell you how many total. I don't know where to look for that. And
Yeah, I was about to say, it's definitely have a very low stream streak, but I like watch you stream when I'm not on the computer.
That's true. I don't think Twitch knows how to count that.
That was more, that's why it was more of a, dang, I wonder how long this has been. Bob says, well, every 2 months I ask for a new name, and she gave me this silly one at the character limit.
Oh, that's why it keeps changing. I see.
Gecko Gill says, I decided to buy the wash meat so I can mix custom washes and save money.
Interesting. Oh, okay. You know, I tried to do that at one point, and then I got tired of mixing together chemicals, but I do have the stuff to do it. I hope you have a better time with it than I did. I currently have acrylic glaze medium, I believe, and then inks, like acrylic inks, in the closet, alongside all my lacquer stuff, which I also never used. Although I am curious about it. Just don't quite trust my ventilation enclosure with that. I think I got turned on to that idea by watching some Adam Savage tested videos where he was showing like old school ways of doing prop weathering, where he was doing oils over lacquers because the lacquers dried super quick and were super durable, and then the oils wouldn't interact with the lacquer, so you could do some really aggressive weathering and oil washing. And I've been curious to try like years, and I just never have. What were you saying, babe?
Gil also says, I just bought the Army Painter stuff, which Bob replies, I tried mixing my own washes and then forgot the ratios, so...
Interesting. Yeah, it really turned into a science experiment. I ended up wasting a lot of material, and eventually I was just like, you know what? I like the convenience of being able to buy a bottle at I'm not gonna make saving money on the hobby become my hobby. I'm just gonna focus on painting and streaming.
You want it to be fun, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you bought Painter stuff. So I know the Army Painter recently put out like a new True Metallic Metal series. That doesn't sound like that's what you're talking about. What's the Army Painter product you're talking about? Like they have a bottle of the medium? Like they sell a big bottle of it? I wasn't aware that they did that. So I know all those companies will sell bottles of their medium. The deal is that I'm unemployed. Fair play. I was not doing Warhammer, well, barely, while I was unemployed.
Bob says, my next project, what, me, a new project? We'll try oil washes. Just need to get some odorless solvent and oil-based paints. Gecko Gill says it's war paints.
War paints. Okay. Those are most of what I use. You can tell because they're not actually on the desk. Oh, wait, these are... Wait, Fanatics. Oh, they're not war paints. Oh, you bought the old war paint series for Army Painter because there was like a huge sale at your game store, right? Oh, I see what you're planning. So you're gonna thin this down into like washes or glazes or something, and then basically make your own. Is that the idea? Or am I just completely fabricating this in my head? Regardless, shout out, Rogue Hobbies made a really cool video about glazing recently. I really love her videos, and similar vibes, I'd hope. Similar vibes in terms of coziness. That's a little bit self-congratulatory for me to say, but hopefully similar vibes. But I think if you haven't watched that, it's a good watch.
Gecko Gill's response is, I don't know, I'm literally just trying stuff.
Cool.
Also, every time I redo the chat, I feel like, you know, like public
radio?
You know, public access children's programs at the end where they like do viewer questions, like when Magic School Bus did it.
Well, it is viewer questions, and that's also a good reference because we're trying to lean more into Crackle stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. If so, oh, they do say Fnatic on it? No, I think you're saying it's the war paints.
Also,
yes.
speaking...
Oh, no, it is Fanatics. Okay, that is the new stuff that you've got me all confused. What were you saying, babe?
Speaking of old school cozy vibes, keep an eye out at some point. We might a couple of streams where we play old PC games. Might not be on here, might be on my channel. So if you want some fun, comfy, cozy, camp computer in the corner of the library type deal.
Oh yeah. Have you figured out a way to capture off of that yet?
Yes.
I am very excited about all the old games that we're going to be able to recapture here.
Yeah, I have to test it, but I do have a good idea. The thing is, yesterday it stopped booting up properly.
Oh boy.
I think new graphics card I put in there is throwing off some errors.
You did, in fact, do that.
So when I open it up to replace the belt in the CD drive, I'm just going to take that card out and see if it boots okay.
Sounds good. How did I do this, Grady?
I like your PBS questions format, Bob. But if I did that every time, I have to say your full name.
I cannot remember for the life of me what what colors I used to get here. I'm becoming the reason that everyone tells you to, like... I'm becoming the reason everyone tells you to keep a journal of this stuff. Oh no. I'm living a mistake that I've been warned about many times. I think it was yellow over orange and then toned down. Because I'm trying to take care of these little drips here.
Sorry, Nova just put a very nice fact.
Yes, did you know it's Elmo's birthday? Happy birthday, Elmo.
Happy birthday to Elmo, who's perpetually 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to Elmo here. Hey, I am doing a really bad job shouting people out recently.
Let's start with Elmo.
Could you help? But we are going to start with Elmo. Elmo's just some random person.
3.5.
Yeah, go follow Elmo, I guess. Or whoever has grabbed the name Elmo and is now using it in a blasphemous way.
Do you want to know a really fun, like,
Elmo
fact?
the Pretender. Yeah, go for it.
So, Elmo's vocal patterns and speech are based on the first actor to play Elmo, who was... What? Yeah.
Sorry, go for it.
Who was a black man and incorporated, you know, a lot of Ebonics and African-American vernacular English into the speech patterns and tones that Elmo had.
I've heard his story. I wasn't aware that he's no longer voicing Elmo. I thought that was like his deal.
I think we're on like the third person now, because it's really funny. The second person, and he had to figure out how to do that.
Interesting. Who's talking?
Samus, I dare you to try to shout me out without copy and pasting. Ah, we had a hold on that specific emote.
You know, Bob, what's interesting is you were the one that banned that emote, so I don't know why you're the one that keeps trying to use it.
Should I allow it?
Yeah, whatever, it's fine. I gotta do some soul searching about that one. Anywho, just trying to clean this up a little.
What's it called again?
I'll tone this down with... Yeah, I don't recall either. We'll move on. Let's see. Huh? Just me remember 2025. I know. You know what? Fair play. I don't know what I expect now. Let's paint a shield.
I am actually going to ban the use of that emote still.
Okay.
So we'll talk more about it off camera, but
Cool.
I will no longer be allowing chat items that use that emote.
Okay, cool.
Months ago, you expect to remember 2025?
I certainly don't.
I do. Okay, so I literally just need water and paint medium to make a wash. I wasted $5, says Gecko Gill with a very tired-looking grackle emote.
Is that... Did you watch the Road Copies video? Is that why you're saying that? You can do it with just water. Medium, I think, does something. I don't remember, but it has to do something, right? Because it exists as a product. So... Experiment. Find out what actually works, is what I would say.
Yeah.
People online, they say a lot of things.
People say a lot of things, but do they mean a lot of things?
For sure.
Hi, welcome to our podcast. By that I mean this wonderful paintings.
It's a bit of a podcast. I'll find a use for the wash medium eventually. Yeah, use it for what it's intended for. See if you like it. ultimately, this is a gripe I have with hobby advice on the internet. And hi, I'm on the internet giving you hobby advice. The advice is just to try things, what you like. People will make up judgments based on a product, based on someone else on Reddit saying that it was bad, and then they just parrot that opinion. Like, you should just try things. You already bought it. What's the harm? I bought something to think the non-existent washes I don't have. Thin the non-existent washes. I see, I see. Oh. Well, try to make washes with it, I guess. Huh? Okay, let's do that. Thank you, babe. Samus girl cooked some dinner. She's putting it away, which is very nice. Cha-cha. Shield is looking better. So on the box cover art for these, the box art, why did I say cover? They're like bright red. I went for a thing when I did my other Kruleboyz where, focus please, I made these copper and then did like a big harsh patina on them. I'm using a different paint to achieve that copper color. Am I using a different paint? I am. This is a new paint to me. Oh, I mixed it with an ink. I mixed it with an ink last time. And that is how I got like a super reddish sort of copper. I might go over this with like red to tint it a little bit, or I'll just do the patina directly on the copper because it's going to be red enough once it's patinaed. I'm going to try it just with regular copper because I felt like it was a little too dull last time. I think this might have the right pop. I really love how naturalistic this copper is sort of looking. I also noticed how on these Kruleboyz, they have the faces, like these grotesques, inside these copper shields. I think that they have like a symbolic value because Kruleboyz are all about trying to strike fear into their enemies. At least thematically on the game, on the tabletop, that's what they're about. And I also noticed that the big boss characters tend to have more of these, where more lackeys will have like one symbol. See, this guy actually has a shoulder piece as well, and then the great Gnashtooth guy, who's on like a huge demon horse basically, has I think 4 of them. So part of how I make those pop out, because I love leaning into details that make it obvious who is a leader and who is a subordinate, I make these a very different color than everything else, which stays as like gunmetal. So gunmetal is plentiful, this is very rare. That's the idea, at least. If I ever do like one of the really big boss characters, maybe he'll be all copper. That would be kind of fun. I'm missing a little bit right there. I can't remember the last time I painted something the intended color. Oh.
Sparkling.
Are those new?
Yeah.
Are they taller than normal?
Yeah, they added sparkling.
Here, bring them on. Bring them on cam.
So it's still the same amount of calories.
Samus Girl's been drinking a lot of V8s, not sponsored, but this thing is huge compared. These things are tiny.
Yeah, they're usually 12.
I was gonna say, why is it cold? But it came from outside. I'm used to getting these in the summer, and then they're all warm, so I was very confused. Yeah, I can't remember the last time you did something you intended color. Honestly, I really do like box art. It's not like I stick to it religiously or something, but my understanding of how the artists at Games Workshop come up with the official color schemes is they just mess around with a lot of stuff and they find color schemes that look good, and then the lore people write lore for the color schemes that look good. So the box art color schemes usually look pretty good. I take a lot of inspiration from them. Let's see, Gecko, how long you been painting minis? I can't remember. It's not quite 2 years. I think I started in September of 2024, so about a year and a half. Before that, I had tried to paint daemonettes in, I think, 2022. I stuck with it for like a month. I don't really count that time. in earnest, I've been doing this for about 18 months. Okay. I like chill out crackle time.
Me too. Very positive energy.
How do you think I bring a positive energy to the sesh?
I didn't want to say that.
Oh, sorry, I thought the sesh was like a smoking thing.
Oh, yeah, it probably is.
Is it a different kind of sesh?
Well, the
PG-13, PG-13.
Yeah, just the context I've heard in it has been the way that Game Grumps uses it.
Oh, okay, a little, yeah.
Which is a little more salacious. I earned 12 channel points.
Wow.
Now I'm up to 30,000.
I have a problem on my hands with these channel points, y'all. I gotta do something about this. The channel point arm race is getting ridiculous.
I think I still have the most channel points.
Oh no.
So know that it could be worse.
They mess around with triads, or it's usually a painter's personal army that they make official. Interesting. Triads are very easy. I tend to do a lot of split complementary when I'm making color schemes myself. Current color palette from Grey Knights was an heavy metal painter's army. That's chill. So the reason Sanguinary Dart are gold and Deathweight are bone color, I assume. Yeah, there you go. Bone color. Okay. Huh. I just can't imagine Deathwing being anything other than bone color. It's so cool. Sanguinary Dart being gold. I don't know. I've seen them in like black or silver and they look pretty sick, so. Yeah.
You may have that many channel points now, but I've still got all mine.
I want to paint more, but I've had no motivation to do so with school. Yeah, I was in school when I first tried to get into Warhammer, and I did not have the time or money or motivation for it. I got into it now that when I landed my first big full-time job outside of school. That's when I really got into Warhammer in earnest.
Yeah, Warhammer is really one of those hobbies that is very much like an adult hobby, and I'm not saying that because of the age demographic, but I'm definitely saying that because, you know, the amount of time and sometimes money that goes into it kind of...
Yeah, it's starting to feel like something teenagers can't really access, which it used to be for sure. Kind of a shame there. I'm on 24k, and that's after I blew a lot in the name of the Pokemon Spectacle used to have. Yeah, name that Pokemon Fusion.
Maybe you can...
I got rid of that because it kind of lost its luster.
Yeah, we'll put some new ones on there. Maybe we'll put a redeem, or we'll play like Sonic R on the old computer or something.
Maybe we'll redeem ourselves.
Self-redemption. I feel like a car mechanic every time I take this thing out.
Yeah.
What?
It's a lot of maintenance, that old computer.
Well, it's one of those things where, like, you know, it's a lot of maintenance to get it up to standard of what we would expect a modern computer to... Well, not to be able to do, but just, you know, it's a lot of quality of life improvements.
Yeah, that makes sense. Alrighty, we've got the last of the base colors sort of figured out here.
Even D&D is expensive to get into, says Gecko Gill.
It can be. I don't know why anyone would be playing 5.5e at this point. We're doing it, but that's only because we have access to it through a friend's D&D Beyond account. Just play regular 5e. It's basically the same thing, and there's a ton of free rules online. Like, the rules are copied in a lot of places that make them freely accessible, even short of, like, stealing them. There's a lot of free tools. The books themselves are fairly cheap, especially because they don't come with, like, codes for online redemptions or anything. Just, I would say play regular 5e, because they don't have nearly as tight of a control over it as, like, 5.5, and it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, D&D is one of those things where, like, if you don't want to get official stuff, you can technically play D&D with anything.
True. But yeah, just get 5e official stuff. The whole point of 5.5e is literally just so that they could put more restrictions on how you access the game in order to make it more expensive, but you don't have to, like, you don't have to go along with that. You can just, and it's not even like people being like, oh, you can still play 8th edition Warhammer. Like, no, who's gonna do that? It's way easier for everyone to be on the same rule set. But D&D, you're getting a group together to play the same thing a bunch of times. Just, like, run with 5e. Play 4th edition, play 3rd, play 2nd, I don't care.
You don't have to be a part of their system.
Play Pathfinder, be insufferable. I think Pathfinder is cool, actually, but I understand that that's a personality flaw. So.
Skill issue?
Yeah.
Is it alright if I show the people what computers used to look like?
Sure thing.
Let me put some RAM back in so it doesn't look like a dork. No freaking RAM. No done RAM.
Right now, I'm trying to glaze down the... Oh, yeah, go for it. Hold on, let me zoom out. I didn't quite follow what was happening.
I'm gonna hold it. Quite nice.
Na-na-na.
So, some of you in the chat probably recognize this, but this is what computers used to look like, and it's been what I've been working on to enable Camp Grackle Industries to be able to play old games for cozy times.
Computers is amazing.
Yeah, that's the cooler for the CPU.
It's a cooler master, thank you. It's really good at it.
Integrated graphics is a separate processor from ATI. This is an ATI graphics card that currently I think doesn't work.
Notice it doesn't have any fans on it, like new graphics cards.
Yeah, this is 8 megabytes of VRAM. This is the combination sound card, modem / game controller input with MIDI support.
It's there.
And this is the broadband network card from Netgear, so you can get on the internet.
Sound card's there, Bob. You gotta look closer. Yeah, then a network card.
Yeah.
What year is this from, baby?
1999.
That's probably what it cost new.
Yeah, actually it was about $1,000.
Well, that would be half of what I said, but anyway.
Sorry.
It's cool.
Yeah, this is my family's original computer from that time period. Running Windows 98 currently.
Gecko Gill asks, how does your brush stay so stiff and nice? The answer is that this is pretty much a brand new brush. I think I bought this in January and I've only used it a handful of times. So the way I keep my brushes really nice is I wash them after I use them with actual brush soap. That's important. And I also just buy them cheap and often. Oh, there you go. There is only one natural fiber brush in this bunch, and this one I actually bought a few years ago. This is my Zero. This is like a $25 brush, and those are expensive, and I really have to baby it, so I've got that to keep the really small brush tip really sharp. My friend gave me all of these blue ones. My Matamore actually gave me all these blue ones. We're out on this base. I should just say that. Yeah. But this is what my old 4 looks like, which I think I used for 3 or 4 solid months. I think I painted all of my Orktober orcs with this brush, right? And so as much as I tried to take care of it, this is what happened to the brush tip. It just kind of happens over time. And the great thing about these brushes is that they cost $4. Okay? This is a Da Vinci thick. Oh no, it's not a thick. It's a Da Vinci Fit synthetic, which is a college student art brush.
It's the thickest brush in the city.
Get those, I guess. Watercolor brushes apparently are supposed to be the best thing you can get. These I think are for oil or acrylic or something. We paint in acrylic. It's fine. It works.
You sound like Jim Humble.
Yeah.
It works. Well, it works okay.
I'm experimenting with... See, this is the soapbox I was on earlier about don't just listen to what people on the internet say, just like try to experiment and figure stuff out yourself. The reason I use these brushes is because I came across them at the art store and I liked that they had a small handle and they were so incredibly cheap. And I was like, how bad could they be? And I've been painting with these pretty much daily since then. And until my skills progress to a point where I actually notice the limitations of a brush like this, I don't have any plans on spending huge money to upgrade my way out of them. That's the idea, at least.
Here at Camp Grackle, we run the latest technology. I love that Nova says that the computer is older than they are.
Oops.
Which, that'll happen sometimes. Gecko Gale says, my brushes look like they've been through hell.
Yeah, probably time to replace them. They will wear out no matter what you do. So you do have to replace them eventually. Just try to wash them, give them the best life you can. You can keep old ones around as what we call chip brushes. This would be really great for just mixing paint or getting it in and out of an airbrush. That's why I keep that, although I use an even cheaper, older brush for that. Which is, ooh. It's, looking nice.
Crispy.
Crispy, that one is. So I keep that in my to-go brushes as a chip brush in case I want to do anything truly rough. And then for dry brushing, I use makeup brushes, like elf makeup brushes.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she's actually an elf.
Perhaps an elf.
Perhaps an elf. Perhaps not.
Alright, this glazing thing I've been trying to do, I don't seem to be doing it very well.
Isn't that where you're all like, ah, man, I love this person, they're the best.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's why I'm talking about it. Yeah. I'm adjusting in that video and the results I'm getting and saying, I think I forgot to do a certain thing. Like wetting my paper towel when I dab off the paint, which is what I was forgetting to do.
I think I forgot to dab on the haters.
What I'm trying to do right now, again, I'm just putting together things I saw on YouTube that I've been curious to try, is glazing lighter leather tones around the outside, like sharp edges of this piece of leather to make it look worn at the edges. Which I don't know if I'm succeeding with that right now.
I think it's pretty nice.
It does look pretty nice. The next step would be texture. Excuse me, texture.
Texture.
Oh, Gecko Gill, the other thing I've been told, and this is still a thing I'm practicing because I'm not all that experienced in mini painting, do as I say, not as I do, is trying to paint very lightly. I probably still put too much pressure on my brush when I'm painting. This is too wet. Putting a lot of pressure on your brush tends to wear it down a lot faster.
It's the wettest brew in the city.
Crackle, I gotta tell you, every time I look over at you, I feel like it's summer all over again.
Thanks. Didn't update my stream package with the seasons.
I kind of like it, you know.
You like it?
It's,
okay.
It's real cold outside. It's kind of like kind of slushy and miserable.
Yeah, it's a little simpler if it's just summer year round, and
it's nice to be
there's
able to just
something
go
nice
to Camp
about it.
Crackle, you know.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think Camp Crackle's gotta change with the seasons.
We're doing marshmallows after the stream, y'all.
Heck yeah.
We probably actually could. I think we still have marshmallows and a gas stove.
Heck yeah. I don't have calories for that though.
That's fair.
Oh, I was snacking today. Let me tell you.
It'd be really cute if we did, you know how some streamers do like a really long nighttime stream, like an all-night stream? It'd be cute if we did that and we had like had a tent up and everything and it was just like a little camp
Ooh,
Crackle
that would be
campground.
cute. The whole tent and everything would be very cute for stream, you're right. Mhm. Well said, babe.
Thanks. That's about as cool as the British sound to me. Because I have an auditory processing issue.
We've been glazing. Be done, Blazed. The results is subtle, to say the least. Let's try to put some texture on there.
Blazing on a soundwave. Swinging through the stars.
Wow, that paint's a little wet. Try it out. Try again. Problem with very small like this is that they get, wow, Nico, can you stop shaking the desk like that?
He says, I must clean aggressively.
He's aggressively grooming himself right now.
Says, I shan't be clean unless it's aggressive.
Alright, that is a little thick for texture. What are we doing here, folks?
Sorry, I just caught my finger.
Okay.
Did everyone have a nice day?
Yeah, how's your day, everyone? Are you painting?
Are you winning, son?
Are you winning? Nico's winning. He's grooming himself violently on the desk. Let's see if he's on camera.
He says, oh, Mother, only the most violent of grooming rituals for me. Thank you.
I can make him on camera. There he is. Cutie. Alright, let's go back. Oh boy. Oh boy, sorry. We're back? We're back. Cool. Actually just putting a darker bit of brown on here to undo what I just did.
Do what you did.
Still quite bright.
That you overcame.
Okay, back in. It's a thing I've been told that I want to try out right now, which is that if you keep your tips sharp, if you buy a good quality brush, even the larger ones still have very small tips. Source, we made it up, I guess.
And in the here and now, we cannot write off the fact
So
that
this
it's
is
a total hoax.
This is where I'm going to use the Winsor & Newton, the actual like nice brush I have. Let's see if that gives me texture work I want. It is, it's very subtle. Barely see it.
Belt has been replaced.
The bad part about doing work that's too subtle for me to see is that y'all probably can't see it either. Do I need to be bolder? Answer's always yes.
Although I will say, they can now see more than ever thanks to the new and improved camera here at Grackle Studios.
That is true. What I'm doing here is effectively a choppy edge highlight now. Probably just need to go even brighter. Or I need to tone down what I've got right now in order to go back brighter with my highlights. Which... yeah, I think that might be the answer. What were you saying, babe?
I don't know why, but my brain just went, Grackle Studios. We didn't make Jurassic Park, but we feel like we could have.
Okay.
I guess because it's related. Well, they didn't know that when they made it, did they?
Maybe. I don't know what they knew. I did not make it.
Sure. We could have. Sorry, that joke is not funny.
More wash on the leather. I'm going to try to guide it a bit more this time. That looks good. Ooh, I can work on the front while that dries on the back. Try her again.
I have a Warhammer question.
Yeah, what's up?
Is the set you're painting currently from Age of Sigmar?
It is, yes. It's the Dominion starter set from 3rd edition.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I just noticed the tag said Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, it is an Age of Sigmar mini. It's from the fantasy game. So, 3rd edition specifically, well, that was over 3 years ago, like 4 years ago now, but they massively overproduced the Dominion box. AOS is still not nearly as popular as 40k. So they massively overproduced the Dominion box. One of the problems with it is that in 40k, Space Marines are incredibly popular. They are like 30 or 40% of the entire fan base plays Space Marines.
Yeah.
40% of the armies in the game are Space Marines. So when they put Space Marines in the starter set for 40k, 30 or 40% of the fan base is already bought in because it's got Space Marines in it. And the other, 5, 10, whatever percent for the antagonist faction also helps. In Age of Sigmar, it's not like 30% of the player base does Stormcast Eternals. And people, I believe, were actually pretty fed up with the way that the Stormcast Eternals were going and how they looked at that time.
Okay.
So 3rd edition refreshed them, and the new models look awesome, but some people had already made up their mind about the faction and weren't really willing to try it. So it's great for me because it has orcs in it, and that's where these orcs come from. But otherwise, yeah, you can still find Dominion boxes for sale today in a lot of stores.
Huh. That's cool.
I actually got this as a door prize when I played Warcry last year. Yeah, the shop literally just gave it away. Which was very cool.
You've won a new army!
Pretty much, yeah.
Just imagining like a Price is Right style thing. I just realized that one of the reasons why this might not be working is there's never been anything in this graphics card slot, and it was probably pretty dusty.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Hey, okay, this is starting to look nice around the edges, It's starting to look leathery. Starting to look like a worn down piece of leather. Oh yeah, especially if you focus right there. That bit's actually looking really cool. Brush is a bit buzzed out though. Need to dry that. Clean that.
Everything should look like leather.
Especially the leather.
You know beef jerky? That's meat leather.
You referencing something here?
No. It was just a thought that I had.
It's a good thought.
Thanks.
This right here, you think that's supposed to be metal? I can't tell.
I think you get to make your own. That's the beauty of painting. You're painting for you.
Yeah, but I'm still asking myself what it should be.
Well, Grackle, what do you think?
Your metal's all spiky. I think that might just be a leather flat of some sort.
Your metals come unmetalled.
Looks like a metal belt buckle. You know, I was thinking that. Alright, what if we make it a metal belt buckle? You should not have picked this brush to do this.
Those meddling kids. I still think about that video that you showed me where it's the Irish guy, and he's like talking like he was Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, but he's like 60-something years old.
Yeah, the guy who always does the Irish grandpa stories.
Yeah. Solve much mysteries after that because I'd already faced my greatest fear. It just
yeah. He's got one for Ash Ketchum from Pokemon, which I thought was pretty great. That's what you did back in the day. You just went out and you trained. You had a Pokemon, you were a trainer. My father was a trainer, and when I was 10, my mom's gave me a Pokemon, kicked me out of the house, said, you don't want to be a trainer too, and that's what I did.
But we all did. Style at the time.
Those videos are adorable. Alright, so, Bob, I think I agree with you. Metal belt buckle makes sense.
Yeah, because, like, what else would it be, you know?
It's exact.
I guess it could be bone.
Nah. I don't buy it.
That's because the belt industrial comp made you think that metal's the only acceptable answer.
Metal? God, this parrot's such a sheep.
This parrot's made off the belt industrial complex.
Another victim. Belt industrial.
I want that as a sticker now.
I don't think a sticker would have enough space to properly convey the context of this very strange joke.
Yeah, but I think out of context, it's funny.
Okay. You can write it down for your merch idea.
You mean the merch I don't have?
I don't have merch either, but I have merch ideas.
That's fair. I just don't think I'd ever be in a situation where I would need merchandise.
Well, if you ever are, you won't have your ideas because you didn't write them down.
Right. Grackle went for the kill shot.
Alright, I'm gonna move on to the skin soon, folks. Just trying to do the last little bits on the load here. Ooh, boy. Ooh, baby. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. These straps just need a little highlighting. Just a little highlight. One of the reasons I'm excited about Adepticon is I'm taking a class that's specifically going to be about how to get beyond, like, tabletop level painting and getting into, like, more display cabinet quality. And I would love to know how to do that, because I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, I'm kind of running out of ideas.
You know, I gotta say,
Kind of running out of things to work on. Yeah, what's up?
that was a pretty sick cabinet you sent me today.
Right? Okay, I found this old, like, Casio watch display on Marketplace. Like, it's lighted. It's got, like, a revolving, like, pie tray setup situation. It's the perfect height. It has, like, a little storage cabinet underneath. And I was like, hear me out, and I don't have the money for this right now.
I don't
So
really
I-
like the space.
And we don't have the space for it, but I was like, damn. An old watch cabinet, if you just, like, swapped out the top so it didn't say Casio anymore, would be perfect for displaying minis.
Oh, you put like a Warhammer end cap type deal in there?
Yeah, or a big, like, spackle crackle one. That would be
Ooh.
cute.
Yeah. Future plans. Also,
Yeah.
maybe some of you at home can use that.
Yeah, I imagine that's something I'll be able to find in the future again.
Yeah.
For now, maybe an IKEA cabinet or something if I really need the extra space. The ones with like the
Yeah.
just some sort of a glass display shelf. Doesn't have to be IKEA. Alright, this little cape on the back needs a bit of texture.
How do you decide, you know, like what material do you think things are made of?
I looked at the sculpt, really. I just looked at the sculpt and tried to think about what it would be, what makes sense, you know. And I try to follow some sort of an internal logic with it. So I think with Kruleboyz, the way they work is that they take the skin of the things they kill and they tan it and turn it into leather, and that's why they have all these little scraps that they stitch together, rather than getting, you know, they're not going to kill something like a cow, they're just going to get a bunch of little things and stitch them together. So I think everything on them, including all these little like cords holding everything together, I think that's all leather.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that seems to be how they're modeled. Now this seems to be metal, it's very round, it's seems like a good place for a buckle to be. I really think why you'd want something that large and circular to be made out of leather. You'd think it would look more like the leather or have these sharp drippy edges.
The drip.
It's kind of how I figure.
Yeah.
Let's do some green skin. Green skin, green skin, green skin. Zoom out.
I wonder if there's like a Warhammer parody of green sleeves called the green skin.
Wow, 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 wow.
Do the
Yeah.
orcs have music, do you think?
Probably not. Well, Goth Rocker exists. I think they would have music if it served toward being intimidating and getting people riled up for battle.
Yeah.
I think Quarks might, but modern day orcs might not. 40k orcs, I think, are too busy killing stuff to make music. Although they might have squigs that do it. I think orcs in Age of Sigmar definitely do music because just about every faction in Age of Sigmar does music.
That makes sense.
Okay, folks, let's look at this. I think it's going to be time for... Ooh, that bill. I think it's going to be time for the skin next. Or I could try to tone down this copper with a little bit of a patina, which will actually require multiple passes, so I'm going to do that. And then we're going to take a little break during this break, and then, and only then, losing the plot. Oh, then we're going to come back and work on the skin highlights.
Hey, I got a good joke for you.
Yeah, hit me with the joke.
What's an orc's favorite Elton John song?
I can't even think of a single Elton John song right now. What's up?
Crocodile Rock. He goes, "Wah!"
Good, good. Yeah, I can see it. Wow, this is not shaken up at all. I can hear the ball bearing going, but it's angy. It's runny.
And that no Baron.
Has no bearing. Absolutely none. It's balling. So are we.
Ballin' the Life of Grackle. Only on MeTV.
So we're getting this really glazed consistency. Trying to get a glazed consistency. We've undershot it perhaps a bit.
Field is big, your field is small.
Actually, I don't mind if this acts like a wash. leave it diluted and not dab it off. So then it'll run into the recesses, which is exactly what we want. Why am I zoomed out like this? There it is. Welcome to in-frame, Crackle.
Yeah, I think you were zoomed out when you showed the computer.
Yeah, I'm playing with the zoom lens a lot these days. I'll fall into a rhythm with it, I'm sure.
Here at Crackle Industries, we really dial in that zoom. What have we decided to call it when I registered the computer? Crackle Media Group?
Yeah, something like that. What color should these little teeths be? Gold? Oh, orange is good. They're already orange. Heck, orange is kind of great. Where's my orange? Oh, right, it's this. So I can just leave them like orange and then they'll look like gross teeth.
Yeah.
It's kind of perfect. In with a two-tone.
Two-tone, two-tone.
Sure.
His lips curled over.
Alright, ad break is about to pop. I'm gonna get up, stretch, get a snack. You should do the same thing, folks.
Make sure you're also hydrating at home.
Yeah.
Hydrate along at home with
Alright, ads are here. See you in a second, Twitch people. Or Twitch people. You're all Twitch people. See you in a second, subscriber people. And Cam.
I'm here. I'm here for the people. People helping people.
I don't have to go far, I just have to get up to stretch.
It's good to stretch, it's important.
It is important. I'm not, if I go in the kitchen, I'm gonna snack, so I'm just gonna stand and stretch a little bit. So I'm still here, I'm just off. Wow, that's loud.
Sorry.
It's okay. Nito, oh, Nito, you were in camera. That's so cute. Someone chat so we can check out the chat feature over here. I want to make sure it still works. Or don't, I don't really mind, I guess. Although I should do something so that it stays loaded even while it's not being displayed. Otherwise, it's just like there. Oh, thank you, Nova. See, now your chats can be on screen. Don't abuse that privilege.
Alright, I think it's officially,
Oh man, I should stretch more in general. Hey, what's up?
I think it's officially a GPU issue, which means the $10 I paid for this GPU is just down the drain.
No! What?
To be fair, the guy in the listing was like, I'm not sure if this works, I didn't have a way to test it, but it was pulled from a working machine, and I was like, okay.
Interesting. A likely story. Oh no, Nova's gonna abuse
Nova,
the privilege.
no. If you do that, we're not gonna give you privileges again.
Oh no.
You're gonna lose your macrame privileges.
You're gonna lose your friendship bracelet privileges. You're not gonna be able to swap them anymore. Speaking of friendship bracelets, while we're still on the break here,
We'll go on the canoe trip.
I was gonna hold this up to the face cam. What a silly idea that would be. Look at this. I just made a friendship bracelet. Practical girly.
Oh, it's true. You did
Very
make a
cute.
friendship bracelet.
I should make more friendship bracelets because they're kind of a vibe for the whole counselor idea.
Yeah, I think they're great.
So maybe I should get the stuff to do this. Actually be kind of a fun activity for Adepticon also. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Camp Crackle
Make
friendship
and swap
bracelets.
friendship bracelets with people. Yeah, Camp Crackle friendship bracelets.
Maybe you could get like a branded center bead put on it.
Oh, interesting. Another thing for me to spend money on.
You know, I just
Yeah.
got all the good ideas.
Welcome back from the break. Thanks for sticking with me, folks. I'm talking about Octacon stuff. I just brought up the idea of doing like friendship bracelets there, which I think would be kind of cute and help go with the whole Camp Dracula, Camp Counselor character thing, which I'm supposed to be in. Oops. Anywho, I think it would be very good with the whole camp thing. So I should do that. But that also just reminds me that means I would have to pay money up front to get the stuff for doing such things, and oh boy, the budget is angy ever since I bought this camera.
Camping budget.
The merch budget is a little rough right now. I might be able to do like 1 or 2 stickers, I feel like. And maybe the friendship bracelet thing would be fun.
I can see that.
You like handing them out at concerts. That's chill. No, but do you have a good way of making them relatively quickly? Or are they always a labor of love and time?
And Nova, my follow-up question is, are you a Swiftie? Is that why you make them and hand them out at concerts?
You never struck me as the type there, Nova, but I wouldn't judge.
We're
I
not
would
here to
assume
judge. I'm just
K-pop or
curious.
like...
I know that's a big thing for them.
See, we're starting to get that verdigris going.
Nope, it's a labor of love and time.
Cool. You don't like her at all. Damn, preach.
Same, but don't let most of my office that I work at hear that. Our vibes are simply rancid.
I'm into alt rock and pop punk. Oh, okay. That makes
Hot
sense.
punk.
Pop punk. That's a whole thing in itself, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. Did we talk about that?
What?
Is that a new interest for you? I'm not sure I ever heard you bring that up when we knew each other IRL. Which was, Check's Watch, 3 years ago now? Hell, that's a long time.
Yeah, you lived here for a while. Also, I keep forgetting who you actually know and who you internet know.
Yeah. Some of my earliest supporters on this platform are people that I knew in real life, which is very nice, especially to see folks like Nova still around.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nova. I don't know, but frequently I wore FOB and so I guess I don't know what FOB is, so that's why I wouldn't have recognized.
Field of View shirts.
But that is cool. I'm glad you're going to concerts and stuffs. Alright, Verdigris's gotta dry. I said I was gonna do orc skin. Let's do orc skin.
Okay, yeah, that was totally
Fallout Boy. Oh, yeah. That's who was really into Fallout Boy.
it. The fall. I guess it was the graphics card that was throwing that error.
Seen 5 Seconds of Summer this summer? Damn, short concert, I bet. That's a lame joke. I bet a lot of people make that joke. That's cool. I did not know they were still doing their thing, so that's good to hear about. Have that.
Yeah, sometimes you hear about bands and you're like, wow, they're still doing it.
They just came off hiatus. Ah, okay. Because I have not heard about them in a long time.
Hiatus. Computer officially works without that old graphics card in there. Which, while sad, it only added 4 minutes of VRAM because I already had 4 on the board. So
Interesting. Those could work together?
apparently yes. But the computer wouldn't even recognize it in the PCIe slot, and by that I mean the AGP slot because there was no PCIe.
Interesting.
So yeah.
I don't know if you were there. I flew to Colorado to see water parks, but if so, definitely talked about it. I'm not sure if I was there for that. My memory is also a little rough sometimes.
Water name of a band?
I gotta assume, yeah.
Alright. I like that for you.
I'm taking it that you didn't go to Colorado to just see water parks, the place.
Listen, water parks can be pretty magical.
Wisconsin Dells right there, and you didn't go there. That's wild. You drove all the way through Nebraska to see a water park? Wild. Yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a park, yes it is, oh yes it is, yeah. If I was Grackle tonight. My brain keeps coming up with like special things you could do for like just one stream, and I would like a Grackle tonight in the style of Mac tonight.
Okay. We'll have to review if that's still being co-opted by bad people, but we'll
Wait, what?
yeah, we'll talk about that one later.
Oh man.
Yeah. Anyway,
Unfortunate.
indeed, unfortunate. That blend's looking cool though. That's looking interesting.
Oh my god, Nico just did the biggest yawn and I could hear it from over here.
Yeah, it was a wet one.
Instead of hot ones, the wet ones.
Oh, another big yawn. Why are you doing this, buddy?
Yawns. He says,
Why are you making us yawn?
Mama, I'm
You don't yawn socially and we do. What's up with that, man? I need a check that I have to cash.
Dang.
Wait, is that good? If I'm cashing it, that means I get the money. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, in this situation, the caching is, yeah, you know what? I kind of got lost on that one, actually.
I also got lost on it. It's cool.
Because, yeah, the whole thing is you're signing checks your body can't cash, and, what does that mean? Like, what's a check?
It's a computer.
Is a check that thing you get when you have Twitter Blue?
Babe, you got some material right there.
Yeah, I can just do really, really mid-tame boomer humor for 70-year-olds. These kids these days don't understand how to write a check at the grocery store and hold up everyone.
These kids don't even understand how to use a typewriter.
These kids don't
These books have never sent a telegram.
These kids don't understand losing a finger because you had to reset a spindle on the weaving machine.
This dang generation has never operated a switchboard.
Oh my god, did I ever tell you that my grandmother was a switchboard operator for a number of years?
I believe you did, yeah.
I still think that's a fun fact.
But baby, why don't you know how to operate the obsolete technology, though?
I probably could operate a switchboard if I had to.
Yeah, probably.
And it's funny, because I do know how to use all the weird stuff that boomers complain about people not being able to know, and I know that I'm not unique in that regard, so... I think people just like to complain about the kids.
Yeah, this is being like, the kids these days don't even know how to use a TI-83 calculator. I bet they use TI-84s now.
TI-84 plus silver color edition.
Wow, I hate when things change.
I can't believe the march of time has left me behind.
I just think it would be funny to complain about something like that was from like 3 years ago, or like, you know, not even, I don't know when the TI-83 was, but just be like complaining about technology changing over the course of 3 years.
I can't believe the march of time has left me behind with this totally avoidable result.
These dang kids with their YouTube shorts. Back in my day, we had TikTok.
Back in my day, we had YouTube longs.
Yeah. I'll bet kids these days can't even use a slide rule. Hello, Philadron. Welcome to stream.
I'll be honest, I can't use the slide rule either. So.
I can't believe people don't use Blackberries. I know. Recently antiquated technology. Can you believe it?
I have routinely forgotten that BlackBerry ever existed, so that's probably not good for their optics, but...
Well done, Blackberry. You've achieved it.
You've achieved total irrelevance in the space. How do you feel?
You have completely achieved obliteration of your ego. To Nirvana with you. Congratulations. I have to get some eyeballs in here somehow. That's gonna be a hoot.
Eyeballs. I cast eyeball like people cast fireball.
Definitely need to go lighter with these skin highlights. Let's get an eyeball in there, though.
Let's check back in on the eyeball. Grackle? It's our correspondent Grackle in the field.
Alright, nerd stuff. But, you know, it was very recent that I learned that in Lord of the Rings, like, even in the movies, Sauron wasn't just a giant disembodied eye. He was just like a guy who used the giant disembodied eye to look around, and they just intentionally never showed him on stream because it made him scarier. I thought it was a thing where he was the eyeball now, and he was just commanding forces, and if he got the ring back, then he would become Sauron again.
I 100% also thought that that's what that was. So, I don't think that that's an error on our part, I just don't think it was communicated properly.
Yeah, my understanding watching that was like, oh, Sauron was defeated and he lost his body, but he still has influence, and so he don't get that body back if he gets the ring.
Yeah, because didn't we see Sauron get absolutely wrecked by the first king?
Yes, but by the time of The Hobbit, he already has revived his body.
Ah, dang.
So that's what we learn. A little bit of Lord of the Rings for you.
Sauron, drone operator, just saying. Thanks, Philandron.
Interesting.
Not wrong. Especially given all the orcs.
What do you mean, like the...
Is that place where the orcs are
like
born?
the attack drones, I guess? Or...
I was thinking like, you know, the Orokai they basically grow them and they just do what Sauron wants. It's a biological assembly line.
True.
One of these days, I'm gonna have a flower handprint. I'm gonna be able to put it on Nico and say, who do you serve? And he's gonna be real mad at me.
Oh, flower. I thought you meant flower shaped. You meant made of flower. Okay.
No, yeah. Just have flower in my hand and be like, Sauron!
Who do you serve? Gaia? I don't know.
Who do you serve? Grackle!
Be pretty cool.
Grackle got rid of all the trees. So that way there could be no more Camp Grackle. Alright, I'm gonna start cooking.
Okay, baby.
Had a wonderful evening. But
Yeah.
now I gotta make me some gourmet.
Thanks, babe. She's gonna do some meal prepping. Hi, Samus girl. Can you maybe pull this door closed so I don't get a bunch of kitchen noises? Thank you.
Longtime viewers of the channel may notice that my presence on the stream has been diminished as of late. And it's because I've started cooking a lot more for
Yay!
a friend, and that has also resulted in Grackle getting some good gourmet meals out of it.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
Tonight I'm making a frittata. So look forward to
Good
that.
luck. Well, don't close them all the way. Neat will get upset. The moment they close, he'll want to leave.
He's already like...
See ya. Love you. Better. Better. Alright, there's some nice glowy eyes. Let's keep going with them skin highlights. You know, I realized I haven't been listening to the music this whole time. What's it sounding like, folks? Oh, it's the I don't like, right, okay. How do I get this one out of this lineup, dude? Anywho. You can make a super cut of me complaining about last one from Chill Hop playing. I don't listen to lo-fi hip-hop to hear someone fully going into a verse. Alright. Here we go. It's starting to look nice here. Yeah, alright. Skin highlights are good. Took me a sec to get dialed in on all this. Yeah, it's probably the first time I've actually based an orc skin tone on this darker green in my toolkit. I've always gone with the later, more goblin green, but I'm actually really happy with how this one's turning out as well. So maybe I should be playing with my skin tones a little bit more on orcs, because look at this is gorgeous. That needs a wash. Okay. Mid-tone here as well. I don't think any of these on the arm would be full highlights. Cool. Cool. Silver needs, or the gunmetal needs some silver highlights. Could maybe dry brush that, but I'll probably do them by hand. Need more of the verdigris on the copper here. Skin is pretty good. I mean, obviously there's more to do, but this level of highlights on the skin is actually going to be excellent for tabletop quality. And I'm not necessarily looking to push this all the way. Yeah, cool. Let's keep going on the verdigris then. This is tricky. It takes like a lot of layers to get all of this patina effect to layer up properly. I said layer twice. But every layer you do is almost like adding time to how long it's been just out there getting all dirty. And if I try to do it all at once, I lose control over the layers. I said layers too many times. Layers. Maybe a Shrek emote would be good. Yeah, you're talking about layering. That's enough for that one. Onto the shoulder pad. Here. Oh yeah, I haven't even started this one yet. So quite a bit more layering to get this effect fully realized. It's looking pretty good in the middle right now. Then silvers need some help. Obviously the pacing needs some help too. Maybe I can get all that done tonight, and then this one will just be done. It's a bit thick. That's what I mean about going on too thick all at once. That is definitely overboard right there. So now we gotta fight it. Keep thinning it, keep removing it until it's like fully gone. Okay, I think I've won the battle there. Cool. If I'm very careful with the dry brush, I think I can dry brush over this silver to make it look how I want it to look. I don't have cardboard. I can try to dab off on a paper towel though. I really should keep this part of the palette cleaner. Just get lazy with it. I'm not sure that's doing anything. I might have gone a bit easy on the silver here. Oh, Nico's coming out. Watch out. Leaving, buddy? Okay, go, please. can you come out, please? Thank you. Phew. All right, got there. I let him out. Oh yeah. Oh, that makes a big difference right there. I can go a bit heavier on the cutting edge here. Oh wow. Yeah, that's very fast and effective right there. Damn, okay. Now, the top highlight on the cloak here is a little bit too bright. No. It wouldn't be a contrast paint if you didn't spill it. Good lord. There we go. Better. Zoom in on what we're working on here, folks. We're just going to keep putting on layers of the verdigris sort of paint. So normally when I dry brush, I go top down. For this, I want it to pull in the shadows instead of in the highlights, so what if I go bottom up? Yeah, okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. These straps really deserve to be a different color. At least some of them. There's a lot of contrast being left on the table here by not making the straps a different color. I think burnt turf would do it. It's more of an ochre. Some of these parts might actually just be rope, not actually leather. I think that adds an interesting contrast. This is not entirely working. It's almost too similar and too different at the same time. So maybe what I need to do is actually base coat these a different color as well. So I've got a triad for these ones. I can work through that. And maybe that'll help these straps look better. Okay. This is the base color. Dark taupe. You know, it just occurred to me I could also make these like a big accent color. Red or something. Could make them black, some other sort of neutral, just to really tone them down, but still give contrast with everything else, which is kind of all browns and greens. Doing more brownish greens pushes everything into this monochromatic sort of palette. But maybe I'm okay with that. I'm going to fully commit to this before I make a judgment on whether I want to keep it or not. Although I just noticed I missed some skin back here. Oh, sick, I forgot. I left all the shields unglued so I could do exactly this. Sweet. Thank you, Past Rackle. That was very nice. It made this whole situation way easier to deal with. Okay, now I can actually finish this thing underneath the shield. And I can paint the inside of the shield if I want. Let's do a heavy verdigris. Just like everywhere else, except in here would be even more humid and crap, so it'll be very heavy in here. maybe not that heavy. Then yeah, I get to fully paint everything in here too, which you'll hardly be able to see, but it'll be there and I'll know it's there. Oops. I changed my mind about putting paint on that brush at the very last second, and I guess I still painted it up. A little bit more of my new strap color here. And on the insides of the shield, of course. On the other sides of these ropes. Come on. Mind y'all, this is just the base coat. It's gonna go up into that sort of color. That sort of color. Later, and then I can even tint it down if I want to change the tone of it even more, which I probably will. Maybe black. Maybe like Nuln Oil would be nice. Although overall, I am feeling pretty positive about the direction this shield is going. I think one more layer of the verdigris is going to do this well. And then what I really need is battle damage. So some spots where it's worn back down to bright copper through some big slashes or something. Anywhere that it's been bashing up against things would probably be back to bright copper. Anywhere it's taken a cut or a scrape recently. So I'll be able to lay that in thick, really start telling the story. Or I could even dry brush it on. So put that down. Same thing on the shoulder armor, which is now much easier to access. I can't believe it took me so long to remember that I'd done myself a favor when I was assembling these. Goodness. Beautiful. Good. Okay. Because those are the backs, they'll be shaded, which I think also means I don't mind terribly if they are, that's the angle, I don't mind terribly if they're not highlighted properly on the back side. Maybe I do. I'll find out if I mind terribly. More of the bare copper now, and we're going to try to texture up the shield a bit. With only a couple exceptions, I think dry brushing this is going to be the best way to get it on here. Or not. That's a little too even. So what we can do is come around the edges here say that's gonna be pokey, so that's gonna, yeah. What parts of this take a lot of abuse? Definitely the spikes. This top edge. It's a bit thick. Oh, that is very wet. Why is the brush so wet? Got a little aggressive there. Alright, let's go back to our 0. I'm not getting control out of these. This is perhaps why synthetic brushes are not as lauded as sables. That kind of lack of control right there. Okay, the very brunt of the nose here would definitely take a lot of hits. As with these sharp points here. Come on. These points down here. Edges of the mouth. That edge of the mouth sticks out. The other one doesn't. So call more attention here. Of course, any sharp edges of the shield like this. Just a quick touch up on my base coats. All right, let's look at that pretty close. Yeah, overall, it's a subtle effect, but you're starting to see the story that the shield is telling a bit more this way. It doesn't just look muddied down, it actually is sort of telling you a bit about how it's used. See, the sides are rough. It gets bashed into things, so the face is a little rough. These spikes are a little lighter because those would hit things. Awesome. Then gonna come in with more like chips on the shoulder armor here. This doesn't really get bashed into things, so I think there would just be little sections where maybe it's been hit by a sword or something. Just because it's shoulder armor, you know? Also want to concentrate around the edges, as I was doing before. Especially on this backside where the shield doesn't cover necessarily. I think a lot of abuse would come back here. Oops. A little spill over there. Oh, there's more straps to paint. Let's go back to straps. Oh, thanks for the art, JD lady. Enjoy your project. Those blade wrappings still look pretty nice, so I'll leave those as is. It's really just these tassels. Am I missing any? Pieces to connect there. Okay, base color is pleasing. Let's get some good tones on it so we can actually see what it's going to look like. Oh, there it is, desert yellow. So already, just comparing that to that, I'm liking it with the addition of the mid-tone. Starting to differentiate this strap color a little bit, or the strap, the like twine, this rope, a little bit from the rest of it, which is really letting the model sing. Let's clear out my view quick. There we go. Autofocus has it figured out now. Damn, it smells really good in here. I don't know what Samastrel's cooking right now. She said frittatas, but peanut sauce almost. It's really good. Damn, I wish I still had calories left today. I'm not supposed to eat this late usually. But I need to have it tomorrow. Oh, it smells like hoisin sauce. That's what it smells like. I haven't had a good hoisin sauce in a while. Ugh, sorry, I'm just being hungry over here. I'll have to get up and go check it out. I'm going to take a break in a couple minutes for that. This does, I don't know, I'm kind of questioning myself because this feels like a very tiny detail to get this sucked into. But you really can't argue with the results here. He wasn't, he asked to leave.
Oh, okay.
That door's open too, so he was welcome to leave at any point. He just wanted to go through the other door. Yeah. Let's look at that comparison right there. Bang, bang. I've got an ad break coming up in like a minute, so I'll come check him then.
Great.
Let's pop this off. The back side of these tassels. Alright, ad break's popping in a second. Oh, there it is. Alright, I am real stiff, and there's some good food to go check out, so I'm gonna take a quick little ad break. See y'all in minutes. Alright, and we're back. Votes on the ad break should be back with us in just a second. Oh, right, that's where I was. Let's get into the details here. I was going to extreme lengths by highlighting the inside of the tassels. That'll be more or less hidden. Trying to align the shield such that these hang straight down. Okay, tassels all seem to be mid-toned. Except those. Except these ones right here. Those ones actually need a little bit of cleanup on the metallic. Not nearly enough mixing. If you look really close, kind of smudged paint up there. Like right there. So we're gonna try and fix that real quick. Good enough. Alright, last level highlight on all these little pencils. Good. Oh yeah, look at that. That's awesome. So I'm realizing I might have gone a little too subtle on the skin tone, so it might be worth it to add a final highlight to those. Or just a bit one note. Give a little bit of my yellow here. A lot of the green. Oops, here you go. Get this hat out of the way. So that was about the mid-tone I got last time. More of the yellow. Perfect. One of the rare cases where you can make muscle islands. So all the interconnected parts are covered up. Just a little bit of glaze here to try to blend out this kneecap a bit. There we go. That's that is pretty cool looking. Sweet. Alright, what's left on this one? I mean, it's looking pretty fancy right now. I'm pretty happy with it. Basing, I guess, would be the next big thing to happen here. I've got a gold for the Stormcast right here. I can at least get my swamp-based colors in before I put on the actual mud. Let's see, because yeah, I have like a mud effect that I use. I have a water effect that I use on my Kruleboyz. Might be able to use it here. But first I have to get this gold. Which is easy enough. I got this one right here. Oh, hi, Nico. Let's zoom out a little. y'all can actually see what's going on. So these Vallejo metal colors go on a little bit translucent, or transparent, what's the word? Anyhow, they go on a little bit transparent, so it'll take a couple layers to really get up to a proper gold. But the beauty of it is that they will show through a lot of the airbrush work that I did earlier where I set this really nice highlight. I have a metallic gold from, pardon me, their normal brush-on metallic gold from Vallejo as well, which should help cover up any splotchy bits or bring on a highlight to this if I want to have areas that aren't toned down by the base coat somehow. Yeah, the longer it dries, the more you can really see the gold happening here. The coloration in the base here already is very pretty. I don't want to entirely ruin that by just painting over it fresh. I'd like to just tone it down. Gilman flesh might be just the thing for that. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's working. And I can always, of course you can always go back and add more paint. I think it might be the right move to do the final painting on this once I've actually got my basing texture on there, just to make everything blend in smoothly. I can't color match something that I can't see. Also just go grab it. Although, wait a minute, I know what color that mud is. It's the same color I paint my base rims. Actually have that on the shelf. So I can go for that in just a second. But in the meantime, watch me paint this rock. Should have picked these out before I did the wash. Now I'll have to tone them down separately. Alrighty folks, here's the color that the base will actually be. You can blend that in. Probably pretty thin. Ooh, thinner than that. Then if I remember correctly, I did kind of a swampy... Let me just take some of my leftover greens and just... Did kind of a swampy color on the rest of the base. This is where I'll eventually go back through and add my water effect. So a greenish sort of muck really helps to sell the idea that it's water. So that water effect is transparent. Just wet blend a bunch of colors together here. Cool. Yeah, that'll give a nice sort of swampy effect under there, huh? Probably need some more brown layered into it though. It's a bit bright. A little bright's okay, it gets toned down by the cover. But oh yeah, that's nice and swampy. Alright, back to the gold. Second layer, of course. Always gotta have 2 of those. The rest of this is just pretty simple. Just green fronds, little cattails. Cool. What are you using for the water effect? Oh, hello, Ryko. Sorry, I didn't see you for there for a second. Just getting the last little details here. Oh, hello, Famulus Depopuli. How's it going? Where is my water effect, actually? Oh, here it is. Alright, Rykos, this is what I've got. It's a diorama effects water texture. That's what I've been using for water effects historically, which I've also been using a mud texture, a Vallejo mud texture on these, which I'm not sure if I'll use in this case because the whole base is almost there already. So maybe I can just start putting that, you know, water texture down as long as I can control it. Which also means I could start painting this base rim. Ah, but fabulous to populi. Good, good. Good to see you again. It's been a little while. I am doing all right. I'm actually painting minis again, which is fun. I'm really excited about these Kruleboyz. I'm basically finished this one. Feels like I might need a little something more in the face, but this one's looking pretty sick. And then I've got a few more on the way to paint too. Goal is being to get these all ready for Adepticon. Been better sick at the moment. I'm sorry to hear that. It means I can sit at home and paint minis? Well, I hope so. I mean, I feel like I lose the motivation to paint when I feel sick, but I hope you can still engage with your hobby. Like, it's not so sick you can't do that. Need to tent the pile potential before the new Custodes box comes out. That's for sure. Okay, so Custodes fan, big day for you. Are you planning to use those for Horus Heresy? Are those going to be possible to use in 40k? I think that's probably the big question right now. I haven't heard definitively one way or the other. Maybe it hasn't been said definitively, but you could tell me. Yeah, 40k, 30k. Will they be usable in 40k? Because I thought what they were replacing were all resin models, which are probably on the way out anyway. Anyway. There it is. Alright. Water effects are what chip brushes were made for. So I'm gonna close that out. And dedicate the little corner of this palette here to being for the water effect. No clue if they're going to be usable in 40k, but I've liked the Venatari tanks and dreadnoughts, so I'll either learn to play Horus Heresy or just have them as display pieces. That's cool. Yeah, I'm hoping they'll be usable in 40k. They look really pretty. So it would be a real bummer if the 40k fans for Custodes, I know there's a lot of them, weren't able to use it. Okay. So basically with water effects, I've found the only thing I can do is just try to work clean and use a lot of small layers. I'd be surprised if Custodes lost them this coming edition. I think 45% of our range is Forge World. Yeah, it would not surprise me. So I know GW is very adverse to making single kits that are usable across multiple games. They seem to be moving away from that pretty markedly. So I wonder how they would handle that for Custodes. They could just take them away, which I don't think many people would be in support of that, because then these beautiful new kits only get to be used in the Horus Heresy, which is, you know, a game in its own respect, but not I don't think that's where most people are playing Custodes. So it'd be very strange if they got a refresh in 40k. They just said, actually, Custodes isn't even playable anymore, basically. So I'm gonna hope for y'all that there's a way to do that. I wonder if they might even package it with like an upgrade sprue for 40k. And then that way they'll have a 40k version of it. That could be interesting. Or like reuse 2 of the 3 spur. I hear nothing but complaints about Custodes and Horus Heresy. Oh, like they're too good or people don't like them in Horus Heresy. But you know what I'm saying? I'm almost wondering if it would be possible for them to include an upgrade sprue for the 40k, or better yet, what if like 2 of the 3 sprues were identical between games, but then the third one is different, you know? That would give them the ability to run the same unit in both games. People get the choice of which one they want, but they can still do the whole thing of like tracking which one is for which game system. Maybe. I'm not exactly sure what's going on motivation-wise behind splitting the game systems like that. Having armies that are playable in multiple games just incentivizes people to play multiple games, in my opinion. Okay, just blending that in. And now this water effect's gotta dry, which means this might be it for painting tonight. Just leave that up. That's the real pain with these water effects. You just gotta keep coming back, basically one painting session at a time to keep them moving. Whew. From what I've heard, they really live up to their lore purpose as marine killers. Which they're impressively strong. That's rough. Yeah, Nico's being very cute.
I gotta tell you, you've never seen a sadder sight than the underside of a frittata. It makes you feel like you messed up the whole thing.
Oh no, is it supposed to look sad?
Basically.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You know, it's the part that's in contact with the pan, so like it's not gonna come off looking perfectly smooth and nice because some of it's still stuck to the pan type deal.
For sure.
But I just need you to quickly see this.
Okay. 1 second, y'all, and then we'll be raiding out. Okay, so it might just be that frittatas are like that. It might be that she messed up. I guess we'll find out later. Does anyone have the frittata lore in chat? Are they supposed? Is the crust on the bottom supposed to come out with them? If they improve there's profit, there will be a path they follow. Don't let players use the same models in multiple games. Yeah, for sure. Okay. What's happening right now? That's what's happening. We are going to find someone to raid out to on Twitch. Wow. Oh, interesting. Some people I haven't raided in a while. Who do we want to raid? Flip the frittata and the crust goes with it. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think the crust went with it, but it's supposed to.
It wouldn't come off.
Chat said it's supposed to come with it though. Maybe you just needed to grease the pan more.
This doesn't look so bad. I don't mind it.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
I couldn't have really greased the pan before doing it because everything had to cook in the pan for the last hour.
Yeah, but you'd have done like butter or something around the edges. Yeah, around all the edges or just the bottom? Okay. It's a cast iron pan, so it has deep sides. Anywho, gotta find someone to raid. Thanks. Any suggestions, y'all? That's the yummy crusty part. I'm sorry to say, I don't think it's gonna be there. Okay, you know what? Michael Paints Minis is painting, and so maybe we should go check that out. Let's go do that. feel like Michael Paints Minis is often in my chat, so let's just go ahead and give them a raid here, because I don't normally see them. I don't normally see them raiding. See, here's the top, so that looks pretty good. Frittata. But anyway, thank you for being here, folks. Thanks for sticking around. Looks like we've had a good crowd coming in and out tonight, so thank you all for being here with me as I paint. I'm feeling pretty strong about this one Kruleboy here. It's gonna stand out among the rest, which is all you can really ask for out of a leader. Kind of a different color scheme too. I like it. I really like it. So I really would like to stream more than once a week, but for now that's all I can manage. So unless I find a chance to stream, I'll see y'all like next Tuesday, and I'll probably be working on a YouTube video, honestly. So I'm gonna